Welcome to Low Elo Legends game number 6. We have a hopefully, it should be a fun match tonight. We have Zushi's Legacy in pink over here versus the Ottomans. I think these are new civs that I have not cast yet, so I'm very excited to see how they play down here in bronze. Both these players are bronze 1. Um, Zushi is honestly a fantastic civilization. They have a lot of really good choices. They can go like full Zuganus, the unique archer unit. Um, they they got a lot of options, honestly. Um, Meanwhile, Ottomans all about free units. They love making free units. They don't really pop off until later in the game when they have all their military schools built. Because it is a fairly large investment to get all of these together. Oh, is my volume a little bit quiet? Okay. Thank you for the heads up. I can adjust that right here. Let's adjust that up a little bit. Hopefully that is a little better. Does that sound right for you guys? Give me some feedback in chat if you can. Fantastic. In the meantime, we looks like we have the classic military school opening for Ottomans. Just gets them some early spearmen really quick in Dark Age. You do a lot of really, pretty much if you're playing against Ottomans, you have to expect this. Volume's still at max. Okay, let me adjust things slightly here. I can a little bit better. And I appreciate the feedback. I didn't think I changed anything, but you never know. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that gain is high enough here. But yeah, so Ottomans. This is kind of the classic opening for them. Is the instant military school to get those spearmen and immediately send them over to harass with. Meantime, China probably just going for the early age up. Their imperial officials really help with the tax collection. They now well, so in Dark Age, it's not the tax collection so much as the supervise. They basically make everyone harvesting at this building work like 50% faster or something. Yeah. Incredible bonus. And they can get, I think, like 7 or 8 of these by the end. Very, very strong, frankly. It really gives them a huge economic bonus. We'll see if they go for a fast castle, relatively fast castle. Or what their plan is. Ottomans do just get better as they get later in the game. The Sipahi that they can make are an incredible unit, these light cavalry. Really, particularly because they have extra range, they can fight the front line at the same time as their spearmen, which just gives them an incredible ability to fight these late game fights. Just have every unit really putting in their work. Looks like going for the trade network early. This is kind of it's basically a free market that you can either use as a market, or if you're really under pressure, you can garrison your traders inside just to get some free passive gold. So it's not uncommon to see pretty heavy trade with Ottomans, especially because they get these early units. It kind of forces a reaction. And I love to see the earlier asks with the spearmen. That's really what you want to see if you're Ottomans. You just immediately you have to expect it whenever you're playing Ottomans. Now Zushi's Legacy does have that fantastic Zuganus, the archers, which are a great response to these. So even just a couple of those, but it's forcing it out, putting an outpost down, and you have to do something. That's just kind of one of the bonuses of playing Ottomans. You kind of force your opponent to react. And I do like that, they're rallying them across here. They got an extra scout, which is interesting. I don't love that as much. Really, they should be continuing to make villagers. And, oh, Blue. Blue, you only have 9 villagers? Oh, no, my friend. Okay, they queue up 1 additional. Not quite enough, but still. It's something, I suppose. Meanwhile, they're kind of setting up camp here. They're kind of being annoying on the gold. With this outpost here, they really can't do too much damage. But, they force the answer. It's not bad. Let me adjust one more thing really quick. All right, there we go. So, but yeah, like as you can see here, those spearmen just pretty much immediately forced off, just because the archers would just destroy that. It's gonna come in here. It's just gonna die if they get to that tower. Do they sneak a villager kill? No. And ooh, survives. Okay. So I do like this aggression. One thing I didn't mention, Zushi's landmark is the meditation garden. This basically just gives passive resources depending on what you place it around. And this is, it's not the worst. Oh, I love that spearman coming over here. This is super great aggression from blue. It's not great. It's around some stone, a couple of trees, the berries. It's not great. Usually it's pretty common to see it on gold. Or like putting it like right here would have been maybe a little better. But if you're going for the stone, it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of passive stone income. In the meantime, no military production buildings from Pink yet. They're not being baited into creating a response here, and which makes sense. Blue isn't really committing super hard to the early aggression, so if all you need to do is make an outpost and continue your economic boom, that's a completely viable option. We do see the initial traders going out. Let's see if we get any more trained. Okay, we do. Which is, again, great. It's free gold if your opponent's not on the map. And it's, I mean, ideally, you'd have villagers. You should have 23 villagers as well. That part hurts a little bit, but they're making up for it. I still have faith that blue can swing this around, even with such a heavy worker penalty. They did manage to kill one worker from Pink, but Pink is still so far ahead that they might as well not have done any aggression. Just focus on building your villagers. It really does matter. Another point: these guys are walking a long way to get back with the wood. It's a lot of downtime. You'd love to see a lumber camp right here, or somewhere near the wood line. Really does help quite a bit. But yeah, it looks like they're just going for... So another thing with the Chinese civilizations, they can make both their landmarks for each choice. Oh, meanwhile, that one spearman just trying to burn that mill down. Anyways, they can make both of the landmarks here. So they will... This one is... It's okay. You pretty much will always see meditation gardens. Sometimes you'll see this one. Can act as a tax drop-off, gets a couple extra free units. It's nowhere near as good as the meditation gardens, to be real. But building both does get them into their Song dynasty here. So it does give them some passive benefits as well. Meantime, early wall from blue. Not quite all the way, but they're trying to get a wall up here. Now Pink hasn't made any units. There's no aggression coming back this way, but still, the early wall, I don't hate it. It's not bad. It's a pretty solid early game option here. But we do finally see the first military building here for Pink, the archery range. The Zuganus really are... You can go pretty much just this unit and do fantastic. It's really all you need. Like with the upgrades, you can, especially some of the unique text later, you can make this viable all the way through Imperial. They don't have hand cannons, so they kind of do need to make it work in later age. But you got to do what you got to do. Even 2 archery ranges. Okay, that's great. And 1 barracks just in case. Meanwhile, trades coming in. They're switching their military schools over to the Sipahi. Sipahi are great. In the meantime, some more villagers queued. That's good. Hello again, Hyricon. I didn't see you there in chat. I think you're thinking of Age of Mythology, my friend. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's in this game. Okay, we do see the Zuganus coming out here, which is great. as well as a couple of the Palace Guard. These guys are pretty beefy little men-at-arms. They're faster, but again, their ranged armor is not as good. But we'll kind of see. Now, an important thing for the Ottomans to note is this blacksmith here. We can switch this over for the range. Buildings near the blacksmith for the Ottomans produce faster. I think it's a pretty substantial increase. So this one counts as in range. This skill over here does not. So they're not really getting the full benefit due to the placement of this. Oh no, I totally missed it. They have 2 blacksmiths. That's perfect. Because generally you do want them to be in range of the blacksmith. It's just kind of free production rate. Which again, good. And they almost finished the wall. I think that's probably finished. I'm not entirely sure if a sneaky force could slip around there or not. Meanwhile, the villager count still pretty much in Pink's favor. Decent amount on wood, not many on food. They're still working on their full farm transition here. At some point, most sales will transition to farm just because it is free, passive, very safe food income. Ideally, you'd want to see these farms around a mill, though, just because you can have an imperial official supervise the mill. You can't have it supervise the town center. But you do see this little imperial official here walking around, gathering the tax income, just kind of free gold, brings it back and drops it off. Got 8 gold from that little mining camp there. So it's not a lot, but it does add up. You can see, 300 gold a minute for 0 actual villagers just from the tax officials. So that's not bad. Meantime, blue actually dead even in gold per minute with 3 traders. That just shows you how good those imperial officials are. More traders coming out. It's good. Again, you have the map control. You might as well. Kind of an awkward spot to build a mill, right? Smushed up against this thing. You're not really going to be able to put farms around it later, but you just want these deer most likely. That is quite a few sheep they managed to gather too. Really, they did a much better job scouting early on. We do see the granary here. Ideally, you'd want to space it a little more so you can put some farms in between this, but this is great because this can also be supervised. Yeah, so they're coming along. Pink is doing a full transition to farms, which is great. Blue going for Castle Age with the Imperial Armory. The Imperial Armory is basically just like a military school. It'll produce free units over time. This one will do siege units though, so kind of cool. Again, it's kind of like passive income because it is just free military, especially if you buy these blacksmiths. So it's not counting as a resource up here, but it's effectively because it's effectively building these units nonstop. Switches it to mangonels right off the bat. A great choice versus Zushi's Legacy, just because they're always going to have those Zuganus, and having the mangonel works very well against those archers. So that is a great choice. Very smart decision here by Blue. Would like to see the ranged armor as well, because ranged armor counts for so much. So eventually these guys will most likely fight. And these Zuganus, their whole gimmick is they shoot bursts of 3. So they'll shoot 3 arrows in a row. Because of that, the armor will count 3 times against them, and on the vice versa. Damage upgrades will apply 3 times if Pink does get those damage upgrades. This one here, the steeled arrow. But no blacksmith yet. Not even thinking about it. Blue is getting the completely worthless technology forestry. Just save your money. Build another villager with that. Forestry doesn't really help you here. The lumber preservation, that is actually worthwhile. If you have at least 10 on a resource, generally it's worth it to get a 10 per age, really. So it's not great. Again, they're missing villagers. It is about the right time for this upgrade, for your eco upgrades. Now we do see pink moving out. Blue doesn't really know, but it is sending a Sapahi over a couple Sapahi. Ooh. And just getting gunned down by the... No, makes it away. Nope, stops here. And just out of the mist. All those Zuganus. And just a fantastic unit. Really, it's... Zushi's Legacy is fun just because of this unit. It's just the rat-a-tat-tat of many many arrow bolts at once. They're not really crossbows. Yeah, I guess they are crossbows. Many crossbow bolts at once is just super satisfying, honestly. They're very fun. Now, Ottomans, they do have some fun use of their own. They can get the Janissaries later on in Imperial Age. Okay, let's see how this engagement goes. They did get the Mangonel up. Come on, Blue. If a Mangonel hits here, it's gonna hurt. Oh, is it gonna hurt? Blue, you have the Mangonel, please. Blue. Blue, you have the perfect counter. Blue. Blue, wake up. Blue. Oh, they're getting... Oh, okay, no. He did select it. Meanwhile, just gunning down those scouts. Here's the third military school up. Oh, this Mangonel is leaving, but finally turn around. Again, if this lands, yeah, it does a lot of damage here against the range. This could be devastating. Pretty good hit, but that many of them, yeah, they're just gonna focus fire it down. Missed their shots, didn't really micro it well. Meanwhile, all the villagers are pretty much not doing much. Hitting an outpost very close to your town center. Blue thought they were ready for aggression. They were not ready at all. But Pink did fight under tower and did take some rough hits from the Mangonel. So they are forced to back up. We'll see how they kind of remass again. Wouldn't surprise me to just see a million more Zuganus. Yep, there's that number is queuing up. Makes sense. Couple archery ranges. They do have their stable. They are getting these upgrades. Which again, they got the most important run, which is very important. Going for the Rams. Okay. Pink wants to end this game early. Meanwhile, the Ottomans getting their fourth military school up. Is again very good. It's just free units. So we'll see. There is kind of a pressure for Pink. They need to end the game before it gets to Imperial Age, mostly. I mean, they're still in Feudal Age themselves, even though they're probably about ready to age up. They have about as much as they need. Yeah, they definitely do. Couple of interesting choices here. Mount Lu Academy is very good. Just increases your income quite a bit for food. Gets some really cool upgrades for your Imperial official. We'll see. Sent in the ram by itself. That's a classic mistake that I've done myself, accidentally just sending in your siege to die alone. Good response from Blue. Just came forward with the Sapahi and the spears, burnt it down, and left before the Zuganus could do much damage. This new little army from Pink coming across the map, though. Pink does have another town center, so they're really booming quite hard. They're at 54 villagers, and again, more queued here. Going up here. Might see them... Wonder if they're going for just to disrupt the trade? Yeah. That's the downside of not having the map control. Pink is just gonna take those. Not much Blue can do about it. Again, you really would want to see them getting Castle Age, or you'd want to see Blue getting these relics since they've been in Castle Age for a while. But that's a whole extra thing to worry about. I mean, God knows I forget to build a monk and go grab the relics when I hit Castle Age fast plenty of times. And again, just the 4 military schools, I love that decision, especially down here in low elo, because a big part of the game is just remembering to constantly be building units if you need them. And the military schools, they do it for you. You don't have to worry about it. You're slowly getting an army over time. Not even that slowly as you get upgrades, and if it's by your blacksmith. One thing of note here is the vizier system. They do get kind of little unlockable upgrades over time. Again, Ottoman's such a cool civilization. So far, they got more military schools, and they got some extra sheep early on. Explains why they have so many, as well as extra mining speed. They did just take care of the gold there, which means they have no gold income, given that all the traders were absolutely obliterated here by pink. We'll see what the plan is. But they are getting the relics. That's important. Meanwhile, I didn't even see, but blue did go for the age up here. The gardens. Went for the academy. Again, some of these are fantastic. The regional inspection's great. The Imperial Red Seals just lets you get more of them, and because they're so powerful that increases your income, it's fantastic. So you pretty much will always see these. Sometimes you'll see the Shaolin monks, which is their other castle age up landmark, but not as commonly, I'd say. I mean, the monks, honestly, the monks are pretty underrated. They're very strong for monks. They can fight. You can really contest the early relics if you're both Russian for them. But for now, pink. I think pink is also, now that they've hit castle, looking to secure the relics. They've got a pretty decent sized army still. Even going for some couple extra rams. And then let's just check the food per minute. Yeah, the food per minute income for pink is just so much higher. I mean, they do have double the people. They've got a very nice little farm economy here. They're also continually making village. Well, not out of that one, but pretty much continuously making villagers out of both their town centers, which is great. It's going to be very hard for pink to come back, or for blue to come back from that, just because, man, their income is going to be so low compared to pink. They're getting, they're getting their eco upgrades. They've got 3 relics, which is good. That's what you want to see if you hit castle first. You really want to get those relics. Let's take a look. 160 free gold a minute. It's like 9 villagers worth or something like that. They're also getting their upgrades slowly. No, not at all. Not at all for the actual fighting upgrades. Seeing some Janissaries though. Now, Janissaries are one of my favorite units from the Ottomans. It's not good in this matchup, really. It's a gunpowder unit that is very good against cavalry. Zushi's Legacy doesn't really do much cavalry. Even these horsemen, like, yeah, that's not much. They don't really have any unique special upgrades to them. Mostly you just see the Tugunus, and these Ottomans will just melt there. But still, they're a fun unit. I get it. I get why you'd want to build them. But it was a stone wall as well. Okay. Meanwhile, let's see. Just again, looking to secure those relics. That's a very classic kind of middle of the game objective. Take the relics, hold on to them. And even though this is a little delayed from what better players might be doing, still they're both players are playing very well here for their respective elos. Really going the relics, taking the map control. Pink was denying the trade early. He's got some rams up, wants to maybe go for some aggression. Let's check the army values. Army values pretty close. So despite the lesser actual number of units for blue, again, those Sipahi, they just destroy things. Super fast. They have the extra range with the upgrades. They can fight as well as the spearmen. Looks like we are seeing the Shaolin Monastery coming up from pink. Shaolin Monastery, basically just a monk that can, a monastery that can make these monks that fight. The monks, they get, I think, reduced damage on a button they can press, like 50% reduced damage. And because other than that, like they do pretty good damage. Yeah, and they heal over time as well. Yeah, you do trade the ability to heal up your army with them, but pros and cons. All right, just don't leave these 30 villagers AFK here. Please. Please, pink. There you go. Yeah, I knew you were good enough. Yeah, you got this. And going for the farms around it. Perfect. Well, more Rams coming up here. Neither player really going for the corners of the map. So this map, Sunken Lands, has like this huge bounty of food in the corners. Your deer packs, your boars, your berries. But neither player interested. Again, Pink doing a fantastic job transitioning to farming eco. No farms yet for Blue, which is, I think, going to really hurt them. They're going to be running out of food here pretty soon, honestly. They'll need to come out here to these berries back here, maybe, or try to contest one of the corners. Because these deer are not going to last much longer here. Yeah, about 115 left, 112 left. Temple of the Sun coming up. Let's see. Yeah, all right. They're going Imperial. Getting Imperial before the Ottomans. Got to be nice. Just a great job transitioning to a farm-based economy here, though, for Pink. Very impressive. I'd like to see a couple walls around for raids here. Like a couple walls here, maybe. A couple cheap palisade ones to stop the Sipahi from coming in and raiding. But still. One thing that I think is always a little funny is how diverse armies are at lower elos. You much more commonly tend to see just little sprinkles of things. Like we see like 2 crossbowmen. That might be the only 2 crossbowmen they ever make, but they gotta have some just in case, you know. 2 spearmen. They're sticking with the mangonels, at least, from their Mehmed. Meanwhile, the traders are coming out here. 2 traders passing in the night. Visiting at the same market. Might be buying each other's goods. Pink could easily shut that down, but we'll see. And we do see Blue going for that food. Again, we kind of were wondering what Blue was going to do for food. And they're completely out at home, effectively. So they really need to transition to a new source. So I'm glad to see Blue coming up here, getting this food, getting a couple outposts and walls up. So Imperial Age also coming in for the Ottomans, though. The Istanbul Observatory, just a free university. It really kind of helps things for production speed. But, I mean, really, the nice thing is that Ottomans in Imperial Age, they just start snowballing very hard. That little snowball's not going to do much there. It's nice even up against that. It's kind of funny. But, yeah. So, Imperial Age for both players. Not a lot of... There was that initial fight, and that was kind of it. Oh, we do see 2 Shaolin monks here in the back. Again, you just see a little sprinkle. You have 1 grenadier. You have 2 palace guards. You have 4 crossbows. 2 Shaolin monks. That's not how people play at the high levels. I think that's super adorable. That because this is what I did too. It's like, well, you know, if I have a little bit of everything, I can't get countered. Like, no, you definitely can. If this whole army was Zuganus and Spearmen, like, yeah, you're gonna be fine. You'll probably be much better off. But still, again, I get it. I've done the exact same thing myself. Again, these military schools is pop capped. It's something you don't want to see, especially as Ottomans, because it's slowing down all of your free unit production here. He's getting the 5th military school here. As also, yes, this is a classic one for the Advanced Academy. Just gives your military schools a little extra speed. And with these traders being so risky, I'm surprised that Blue hasn't garrisoned them. Because again, you can garrison up to 10 of them inside this thing for some free income. But again, they got the relics. It's 3 to 2 relics, which is, again, very good. Blue does have, I think, quite a challenge here in the middle, but their armies are slowly building up. I think all of them are producing Janissaries now, which are they're not gonna do well against the Zuganus. They have, yeah, 1 ranged armor. Meanwhile, these Zuganus are just going to annihilate them. Especially if, yeah, okay, incendiary arrows is great. They're just slowly going through their upgrades. But Divine Vitality, the Temple of the Sun, their Imperial landmark gets them some extra bonuses that they can kind of toggle between for their whole army. It's kind of fun. But yeah, really, really good eco from Pink. He does need to leverage that into actually doing something. Because again, he has 6,500 food in the bank, ton of wood. He does need to actually attack. Spend that money, do something with it. Because he's going to be pop capped here. Which is just giving blue time to, again, quite a bit higher army value for blue here. So these Janissaries, even though they're not a great matchup, does still have the Sipahi, which will devastate. A couple classic monks here as well. Not just the Shaolin. Getting the trebuchets as well for that inevitable siege, as well as these Nest of Bees. These Nest of Bees, pretty fun unit. And like little rockets out. Very good against like masses of archers. So again, also just going to hurt these archers and Janissaries. But pretty good Sipahi numbers. 26 of them is a solid number. You probably want to be raiding with them or harassing with them if you're not fighting, but still. That's, again, one of the nice things about Ottoman is you do get all of this stuff for effectively free. You put down the schools, you say what you want, you just get the units. Yeah, just kind of a matter of time before these huge armies clash here. Maybe we'll see Pink move out here. I think Pink is probably feeling pretty good, but their army, again, these Sipahi are just going to do work. So honestly, I don't think Pink will have as great of a fight as they probably think they are going to have. But we'll see if it's enough. They do have the Rams. Rams can sometimes panic players. So we'll see. Got a couple of Nest of Bees, one Trebuchet. But these Zuganus are really, that's the core of your army here. Just devastation, really. Getting cavalry upgrades before your projectile upgrades is a bit of a decision for Pink. Not a good decision, but a decision. You probably really don't need biology here. You need sharper, pointier arrows. But we'll see how the fight goes. Honestly, neither side has been great about getting their upgrades. But surely Blue is just seeing all of their traders walk out and die. Blue's going to have to do something here. Oof. All right, Blue. Let's check in on the blue camera to see what they're looking at right now. We're now with Blue's camera. They're admiring their army. Maybe queuing some more villagers. Looking back. Maybe queuing. Okay, they're adding on outpost stuff. Checking over here. Blue, you need to, watch the front, Blue. Okay, we'll cut back to our camera. Quite a huge fight. These mangonels are, like, if Blue focus fires the mangonels back here, Pink's armor will just get deleted. And again, these oh no, Pink. So Pink right-clicked on this mangonel, which means all of their units ran forward, ignoring everything else. Just to shoot that one. That's really... That hurt. That hurt. And we knew it was going to be bad for Pink. I didn't think it'd be that bad, though. Oh. Oh, that hurt. Don't over-micro your army, folks. Sometimes attack move is just good enough. And you can use the formations, like set it on stagger formations if you're seeing mangonels. For most elos, that's good. That's going to be good enough. Set it to staggered. Attack move, call it good. Yeah, you can do some fancy things with focusing firing and shift clicking and stuff like that, but don't worry about any of that for now. Because you'll see things like that happen where your entire army just marches in. Oh. Meanwhile, Pink is going for mass Shaolin monks. Queuing up more of the Shaolin. That's a decision. Again, they're good units. They're like men at arms that are a little tankier if you remember to press the button. But no one's gonna remember to press that button. Come on. Yeah, and the army count 15 to 103. The army value. Blue was probably thinking that, you know, maybe they're doing okay, but then Pink came in and just got obliterated. That's the problem with fighting Ottomans in Imperial Age. They've got these metas behind them, giving them the armor. Now, ideally, you'd want to have these not doing the same thing. So these metas are drummers that give area bonuses. These guys are both doing the same exact bonus, which is kind of a bummer. You'd want one of them on range defense, probably. But still, a very scary army that Pink is going to have to deal with. And Blue's just getting more units for free. They're not even queuing up really any units themselves. It's just all free. 44 Janissaries. Yeah, it's such a fun unit. I love the Janissaries. Taking the Sacred Site. Still one Sacred Site. Not even touched yet. Like to see someone grab that. Just get that gold income. But, I mean, Ottomans at this point, they don't really need much. They get so much free units out of these. They should be spending their resources on the upgrades for sure. But still, Ottomans in Imperial Age is incredibly scary. And, like, Pink is not making nearly enough units. These horsemen that they're making are just going to get immediately gunned down by the Janissaries. They should just mass Zugunus and I guess monks. The classic Shaolin monk repeating crossbow army. They have a great economy. They're just not spending their resources, and they need to transition. Like, they built these beautiful farms, but now they have too many villagers on farms. They need to go get some more lumber. Like, put all your villagers here. Because you have 10,000 food. You don't need more. Just select all these guys. Bring them over here. Put an Imperial official on your lumber camp. Because that and gold are going to be limiting resources. You have 2 on gold? What are you doing? Pink. Oh. No wonder you can only afford horsemen that aren't upgraded. Oh, you're also spending your money. Oh, a lot of Shaolin monks. Notice how this number is incrementing by 1. They're sitting there clicking so frantically. I need more Shaolin monks. That's very funny. Meanwhile, again, that Pink is just chilling with their free units. And all these monks are just chilling here. Yeah, this is the ability that... I mean, same with Pink's actually going to use this ability. I always forget to. There's no way these guys are going to remember. But they want a lot of them. They queued 31 up from this one monastery. Wait, no, not just from that one monastery. Where's their other monasteries? Yeah, I mean, they're really going and finally getting their upgrades, which is great and hugely important. You really need those upgrades, especially if you're an Imperial Age and you're not getting upgrades. It's a problem. Kind of a funny little defensive line that Blue has set up here. Little walls to the side. These outposts people can walk easily in between, but still, 2 of them have sprinkled upgrades. No upgrades yet. And Blue is... They built a little extra outpost up here, this cute little base to take this food. And on Sunken Lands, this map, that is a good choice to fortify in and take all the bonus food up here. You get a full deer pack, the boar, like 2 spawns of berries. It's quite a bit. And the villager count is still hugely skewed in Pink's favor, but they're not spending it like on anything except more Shaolin monks. What if they only make Shaolin monks? Is that a composition? I don't think I've ever seen this many Shaolin monks in a game. That is, I mean, they're good. They're solid units. Compare it to like these spearmen, just for example. Like pretty good. They don't have the ranged armor, which is a problem, but they hit very hard. 23 damage. Yeah, pretty solid. They don't get bonus damage against anything, so they're not really counters. But with all of these Sipahi here and all the Janissaries supporting them, this front line here, spearmen, Pink's just going to get obliterated still, no matter how many monks they have, I think. I do like the Nest of Beasts. They kind of fall off in Imperial Age once armor upgrades are made. Because it is only 7 damage with a little extra versus the range units, so against those Janissaries. Decent number of mangonels here, too. I think Pink doesn't have an answer at all for the mangonels. I guess they could try to use their horsemen, but that's a little micro heavy. Kind of hard to do, especially when those Janissaries are dealing bonus damage to those horsemen. Those will be the first to die whenever the fight happens. Getting elite Sipahi as well, upgrading their little trade outpost here. Very cute. I love the little designs people make down here in the lower elos. Like that's just a cute looking little trade outpost. Very secure, very safe. Makes you feel very good looking at it. Even walls out here. Big stone wall. Not really doing anything here. 2 layers of walls here. They're not getting raided. Even this little bonus set of walls out here. They want to like set up and maybe take that outpost as well. Blue, you can probably just attack, Blue. You can probably just push on in there, buddy. Please build a gate here at least. Don't forget to build a gate. Come on, Blue. No gate down there. You made such a cute fortress down there. Make another one here. About out of food here. They don't, again, Blue just hasn't really been making many villagers this whole time. Like they're sending more here to get wood. They're slowly getting them more vizier points. A couple more mangonels again from there. One kind of important thing to note is that if you're population capped, you're losing a lot of resources because all of these free units are not being made. They're just sitting here, can't be produced. So even if you're like effectively kind of throwing them away, you're really losing quite a bit of value by not making use of all of these military schools you've invested in. So even just like a dumb little raid here, you just take these guys, shift click them here, shift click them here. Don't ever look at them again, and then Pink has to deal with it. That's honestly one of the easiest ways to raid, especially if you have extra units, is you just shift click them around and then have them like just move them to here, let them do their own thing. That is now Pink's problem. That is no longer your issue. That is so many Shaolin monks on that point. That is crazy. I have never seen that many Shaolin monks. And like that's incredible. Now, are these monks gonna do anything? I mean, I do like that Pink has adopted the stagger formation here. That's very important if you're fighting these mangonels. Ooh. Okay. Pink did remember to click the body of iron. So these guys are taking less damage. Again, just attack, move them in. Don't try to focus fire things down. No, you're right-clicking things, Pink. No, I can see you. I can see you right-clicking things. Oh, this is a mess. This is just a mess. But honestly, he right-clicked all the mangonels, and the mangonels did die. Oh my goodness. Are the monks secretly the best unit in the game? I mean, no, it's a Sipahi actually, but still, right now it's looking that should have been a much worse fight. I'm surprised at how good those Shaolins were. And Pink did, you know, shame on me for not giving Pink the credit. Well done, Sheng Ying. You did use the body of iron, and at the point where it mattered, where you needed to. Really good fight. Way better than I thought was gonna happen there. The army value swing was huge. And yeah, they're making even more Shaolin monks. 51 monks. I've never seen this many monks. Is Mass Shaolin secretly the new meta? Is this the plan for all Zhu Shi's legacies? Friendship ended with Zhuge News. New friendship, Shaolin monks. It's so funny how they just bobble around like that too. That's incredible. Meanwhile, oh, are we seeing? Yep. Both sides are taking different parts of the market. Oh, these Sipahi are gonna put a very quick end to this though. Ooh, Pink. Yep, those are dead. Yeah, that's not good. Looks like Blue will take control of the market. Hopefully they'll make it as adorable as this one. Meanwhile, one big tree line left for Pink. But they're running out. But again, they have so much banked up. They're doing much better about spending their resources now. Great. Like the resources, you know, banked has gone way down for Pink, which is good. That's what they need to do if they're going to win this game. They even gave that outpost a gun. Oh. Yeah, that Shaolin is chasing them all off. Get him. Get him, Shaolin monk. Okay, well, go your own way, I suppose. Well, more outposts coming up. Ooh, the Sipahi do get caught out here. That's the death for those Sipahi, I think. Again, all of the monks. Now, Blue, they could try to come up and contest, but it's not going to be here in time. And I didn't know part of the Shaolin training was bringing torches to burn down outposts. That's fantastic. The battle for the marketplace won by the Shaolin monks. 68 of them. A truly unheard of number of these monks. And Pink does have all the upgrades for him now. Because all your military infantry upgrades do apply here. They're just moving on. Slowly burning these down. They do have the burning arrows, so the Duganus are doing pretty good damage here. I mean, relatively. Now, what is... Let's check in on Blue's camera. What is Blue looking at here? Are they just kind of watching? Okay, they check on their market. Market is still safe. That one is. What are they looking around for? Okay, going back. Finally getting spearmen, which aren't going to help. Spearmen are not the right answer to build. Blue, you don't need those upgrades. You need... God knows you need your ranged armor upgrades, please. Okay, cut back. You know, just going on a rampage, clearing up all these outposts. Blue still does have pretty good vision across the map, thanks to, again, even more outposts. This place is all They left the boar. Oh, yes, right. Ottomans also can't eat the boar. I think that's correct. I'm not entirely sure about that. Couple Sipahi neutralize the sacred site. Pink could easily just go for a win here by just going for this sacred site and holding it, making blue come to them. Right now, it looks like Pink isn't really making any more units. I think they're all good with their basically fully pop-capped army of Shaolin monks. They've got their upgrades. Blue is slowly getting more upgrades for units. Got a decent number of men-at-arms here. Military school still all making Janissaries, though. Again, Janissaries are not the answer here. Janissaries are good against horsemen, but that's such a small component of Pink's army. Is there a gunman that's specifically good against Shaolin monks? Someone should message Blue here and tell him. The Sipahi, if you just mass Sipahi, it'd be fine, but still. Janissaries are cool. I get it. They're the coolest unit Ottoman has. Both sides running out of lumber a little bit. One thing of note, on the map, this looks like it's filled in. So I've definitely seen players get kind of trolled here. Like they'll wall off a forest, and then when it's gone on the map, it still looks like it's safe. Absolutely not. Okay, yes, perfect. We do see Pink take the sacred sites. That means Blue is going to be forced to actually leave their base. A scary idea. Honestly, Pink is kind of helping Blue by destroying this wall here that didn't have a gate. Now Blue has more of a direct line. But you got to use your army for something. Blue is slowly shuffling their Janissary mass out of their base. Oh no. Pink has seen the most beautiful town, trade posts in the world. Feel like they pull their horsemen back to defend this, hopefully. One trader escaping with 1 hit point, living to tell the tale of what's going on down there. Like 50 guys with sticks and torches came. I don't know. It was really bad. I didn't know 50 guys with sticks could burn down a whole little town. Bit of an awkward fighting position, but okay, just attack move. Just attack move here. Keep it staggered. Ooh. Once again, you see Pink trying to right-click things. That's where all the units are running forward. They need to just fight this mass here. Pink. Oh, no. Okay, that didn't go nearly as well. They did pull back in time, though. They didn't lose their whole army. I like that. But they did lose most of their army there. For really, because if they had attack move, they'd be fine. They also, you even used the body of iron. That ability wasn't enough. Mangonels are not great against buildings, honestly, but with enough of them, even with all of those many villagers repairing, they will eventually take it down, I think. Blue constantly having to move the rest of their army back. Yeah, it's hard to control your army when you're sieging. I get it, Blue. I'm the same way, man. And these 3 imams watching the front line. Blue does manage to decap the sacred site up here and goes for a raid. Again, of course, on the trade post, Blue is all about the trade post. Really wants to control them, which is a good instinct. I mean, shuts down their gold because right now, Pink has no way to get gold. There's no more gold on the map except for these parts right here that are right in front of your army. Pink is going to try still. But yeah, this is like the only gold left on the map if it's not for the trade. So it's really smart of blue to be really good about shutting down the trade. Because that's just free gold that you're giving to your opponent if you let them trade unopposed. Lisa Pahi, again, fantastic unit. Great at raiding, great at frontline fighting. Finally seeing some backline raids. One of the most annoying things you can do in the game is just sending a couple, like 2 or 3 Sipahi to the back line. Meanwhile, Pink reacts a little bit. Isn't sending any units, though. Yeah, Sipahi, so good. Oh, no. Yeah, even more Sipahi. Okay. Blue's doubling down. I like that. If Pink's not going to respond, you might as well just destroy their economy. Meanwhile, the army value, once again, tilting towards blue more heavily. That one elite lancer. I think did send some units. They're even pulling the villagers here. Villagers running to their deaths like a little meat grinder here is not ideal. It's not what you want. Huge value for blue here. Worker kills 56. 56 worker kills. That's demoralizing. Meanwhile, they're attacking here. That's, again, one of the best things you can do. Huge tip. Just send in your Sipahi to mess with them on the back line, then attack the front line at the same time, or hit them from multiple points. It's hard and very stressful to react to 2 places at once. But if you force your enemy to do that, they're not going to do either as well. And again, just like shift-clicking some Sipahi here and here, that'll do it. And as a lot of Janissaries. I think once again, sending all of their units forward to die by right-clicking onto a mangonel. Notice how these guys are not attacking, they're just running forward. If anyone watching this takes away one thing, don't right-click things in battle. You can use your horsemen too, but not your whole army. Because otherwise you just lose your army like this. Now these Janissaries. And they take down this keep before they all get pin cushioned. Just back off. Not bad. I don't hate backing off here. Again, you can make siege. Yeah, we have the great bombards coming. Did they just get the... No, okay. They're actually just straight building them. So yeah, these are fantastic siege units. Super long range, super high damage. Very expensive. Where's the workshop here? Yeah, 800 gold. 800 gold for one of them. So these are incredibly valuable. You really need to protect these. And they do have very, pretty good defense against ranged. So it is just melee mostly they have to worry about. But enough Zuganus, and they will kill those. More Shaolin monks coming for Pink. Pink has some amazing... Again, their eco's been great. They really need to remake villagers now that they lost so many. Especially since they have 2 town centers. They can kind of remake those a little easier. But their army control is really what's losing them the game here. If you ever see this Pink, attack move. Select your units, attack move. You'll do better, I promise. But Pink is managing, they managed to hold these fights well enough that they are managing to take these gold veins, which is great. Blue's getting a little bit of trade here. Traders are slowly getting shot by this one outpost from Pink. Ooh. Blue's really trying for that trade, which makes sense. They're your only gold income besides your relic income. Would like to see someone come take the sacred site. Again, if your Sunken Lands doesn't have a ton of gold, so those sacred sites really do matter for that gold income. Let's get that off the screen. Pink wanting secure. Again, these, I don't think I've ever seen trade posts fought over this much. Blue had such a nice little defensive enclave here too. Gets the trade off and dies. Not going to stop this next trader though. Surely he's different. This trader's built different. He'll survive and make it back. No, he won't. Just spoilers. No, he won't. Oh. Oh. Blue. Blue, you can garrison your traders here. You could put them inside. You can put them inside here and they just make you gold. 0 in there right now, Blue. That hurts a bit. Oh well. Whoa, look at all of these siege units up here in the corner. I don't think... Yeah, this could really hurt Pink if Blue just selects these 20 rams and sends them on down. The bombards here for Pink. Both sides pretty much... Oh, really hurts that Blue hasn't gotten probably the most important blacksmith upgrades is the ranged armor, especially against Zhu Shi's legacy. So that hurts a lot, but you know, still, it's hard to beat this many free units. Now, they're really tricky. You have so many great bombards, Blue. If these die, we know that Pink will sell out his entire army to kill Siege. But these great bombards are definitely in danger, I think. Honestly, I have no idea which way this game is going to go, but this isn't the last gold on the map. It's got to be getting close to one side making a push. If Blue can do it and keep these great bombards alive, they will annihilate this keep. Let's check their damage. Yeah, plus they basically do 700 damage to a building. Don't let those bombards die. Don't, Blue. Please. Pink right-click their entire army onto them. Pink's whole army is rushing in, not attacking anything else, just the bombards. Pink, you just threw away your whole army, though. It's not worth it. I mean, these Nessa Bees, though, are doing some good damage. Just that massive Janissaries. 2 great bombards survive out of 5. At the cost of Blue, or at the cost of Pink's entire military force. Oh, another bombard gets sniped down by the counter bombards from Pink. Okay. Well, even one great bombard is enough to take this keep down relatively quickly. You can see the damage drop after this huge cannonball gets slammed into it. Is Blue gonna attack with the rams? Yes. So is Blue going for a landmark snipe? Because landmark snipes are incredibly hard to do against Zhu Shi's legacy or Chinese, because they would need to kill this town center and all of the different landmarks, not just one of each. They would need to kill every single landmark. So this is scary, but it would take a long time. But then again, Pink doesn't really have much of an army. Pink has so many resources they could easily make an army, but they're not. They don't have anything queued up. They could make so many knights with 3,000 gold and 10,000 food. Meanwhile, these 20 rams are just doing devastating amounts of damage here. They still have quite a few landmarks to go, but they're making progress, honestly. My Blue is kind of pushing in the front. Yeah, I think this will probably be game. Especially with these Sipahi kind of mopping things up around the rams. Yeah, I don't think Pink has a chance here. Pink, you had a great game. Again, your eco was so good. You just need to build some more units, make sure you're spending your resources, and move your army. Those two things, you'll be gold, platinum, no time. I just held up two things. I held up two fingers, like anyone can see me. But that's how much it matters to me, Pink. I think really you're a very good player here. Just a couple little tweaks and you'd be crushing it, man. The Ottomans just slow rolling in here. Down to only 16 Rams. They just need, I think, this one here. And yeah, that's gonna be it here very rapidly. Get these two. Of course, we see the villagers desperately trying to burn the Rams. These farms that are provided for so many generations of Zushi players being attacked viciously here. At this point, Pink, you can surrender. It's okay. You're not gonna be able to win this. You're not gonna be able to come back. Pink's staying in it. They're thinking, you know, they're still training more Shaolin monks. They never really got any of these other ones. Like 10,000 bolt is such an important tech here for if you're going Zuganus. Or crossbowmen, really. Couple more Shaolin monks. Maybe the monks will turn it around. I mean, that's a pretty good sized army. Army value is still so much tinier, and they've lost so much. Blue has the whole map control. They're just everything rallied forward. But Pink is trying. They're rallying the defenses. They're trying to go around and get the Rams. Only 3 Rams left for Blue. Pink, they're fighting for it. They don't want to give up. The Ram. Shaolin monks don't pull out the torches for the Ram. They want to hit it with their sticks. Hit it with that bow staff. These free units. The free units are just so much. And so many Sipahi as well. I mean, I think we'll clean this up, actually. Not a ton of food for Blue here. If Pink manages to turn this around, I will be absolutely amazed. It just shows you having good macro gets you really dang far. And they still have so many resources banked up. They could afford a full population's worth of more Shaolin monks in this pagoda if they really wanted to. Because the cost of a Shaolin, not much. It's just food. They have food, so they could definitely go as many Shaolins as they wanted to. I just don't see how they leverage this little force here into actually cracking the incredibly well-defended nut that is the Ottoman base here. We'd like to see a transition from mangonels. You could be making free bombards, Rebaldequin, something else. Blue accidentally gets the sacred site. You can see that Imam running by and going, oh, wait, hold on. I will take this. Pink, moving out a little bit. I mean, these Shaolin monks can easily cap this. Just shuffle forward a little bit more, Pink. There you go. All right. Get that gold income. I'm amazed Pink has stuck with it. Yeah, build 3 pagodas. Just completely just do nothing but monks. Honestly, they have the food. They could absolutely go mass pagoda, mass Shaolin monks. Hexadecimal, honestly, I think that'd be super cool to see from Blue or from Pink. And they've got the food eco going. They're supervising their granary. Look at all these farms. They can make monks forever. Blue's just not really closing out the game. They're going again for the mass battering ram that got them so far last time. They got quite a few up here. 27 Sipahi as well. All the military schools still making Janissaries, which again, completely the wrong option against this composition. I mean, against the horseman, it's fine. But really would like to see a transition here for... Just click those two different things. Really, most everything else we find. Lancers, I can't do whatever, anything. Let's see. Can they get a Genji? No, they can't get a Genji. Yeah, if you're watching this and you're like, wow, those Janissaries are cool. Like me, because my little child heart's like, oh, look at that whole line of guys with guns. That's so cool. Ottoman is a super fun civilization. A bunch of different ways to play it. These vizier points will let you kind of customize how you want to go about it. You get like this huge, massive Janissaries for free later on. Just a bunch of really cool things to do. Or if you want to just go mass Shaolin monks, they seem pretty strong as long as you actually attack move with them. One great bombard left. They could technically afford one more. Bombard is just gonna... Ooh, that hurts. This kills the outpost. One bombard hit. Wow. Alright, this might be the final engagement here, surely. And it's looking pretty good for pink. As long as they attack move... No, they did the same thing. They right-click onto the siege. All of these guys just running past and getting shot in the dome. But they have so many units that it's just going to work out, I think. I mean, I guess if it works, Pink. I mean, you did lose all of your army. Oh. Pink. Yeah. And didn't go super great. But... once again, both armies pretty much decimated. Pink hates siege with a fiery passion, though. Whenever one shows up on their screen, they will instantly send every single unit towards it. Doesn't matter if they die, as long as they kill the siege unit, it's a life well lived. These two imams healing each other, being beat to death by Shaolin monks. That's religion, am I right? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm not trying to make any commentary here. I think it's kind of funny. Ooh. And we see the surrender after their precious Shaolin monks died. I mean, Pink was dead for a long time, but man, they did their dangdest. They're being hit in the back here while we were watching that fight. So, yeah, that makes sense. Wow, what a game. I've never seen so many Shaolin monks in a fight before. What is this one? The village account. Pretty good up until the 20-minute mark, and then didn't make another one for another 40, 50 minutes. Yeah, just forgot about production gel too late. Yeah, they had the resources. They could have been making more units, but they didn't. And their army control was, could use some improvement for sure. A fantastic game, honestly. That was a great one. Well done, both players.